Okay. We're out in the forest here again. It's pretty shady, and you'd think it'd be kind of cool in here. It's not. It's like a heat jungle in here. It's just holding the heat in, and I'm sweating like crazy. It's insane, very insane. But anyway, like in your foraging and anything you learn in life, you have to learn one thing at a time. You can't learn everything all at once. And one thing I've been studying and looking at for over many years, just never got around to it, was Devil's Club, and it's an amazing product, amazing plant, and amazing medicine. And part of the reason was because I guess wherever I was going, I didn't run across a lot of it. I haven't found my own patches anywhere, and you just have to know where to go, and eventually you'll find some. And now, just recently, in the last year, I've actually run across a really good patch of this stuff. I found my own kind of personal patch just about, except I've seen a couple of people lopped off a couple of the plants, so I know they're being foraged out here by someone else as well. But I'll just give you a quick showdown here before we get on with it. So this here's Devil's Club. These big leaves here. These leaves there. And they got all the prickles, the sharp prickles all the way up and down there. And that's why they're called Devil's Club, because you grab that with your bare hand and they're going to stick in your fingers like sort of like blackberry thorns or any of the other thorns. Stick in your fingers, but they'll bury into your fingers, and then they'll infect, and you'll have to kind of squeeze them out of your finger and that, and just similar to if you get really blackberry thorns shoved deep in your skin and that. It's a similar idea, but these can be worse because they're so small but sharp and that. But this is apparently a really wonderful, amazing plant of medicine, and I've just finally gotten around to foraging for this one. I found a great patch of them, and it's about time that I've got around to this, because I want to test out this tea, the Devil's Club tea, because it's supposed to be amazing for your body and all sorts of ailments and stuff. It's called Devil's Club for obvious reasons, because of all the spines and spikes all along, and you get them in your fingers, they infect your fingers and stuff like that. But because of the medicinal value, it should be called God's blessing or something like that. It's really amazing stuff. But anyway, this is a learning process for me. I found it. I'm going to harvest it, and we're going to take it back, and we're going to process it. And I've been studying it for a while now in depth, so I know what I want to do with it. But it's still a learning process, and we're basically going to learn together. So there's two plants right there, 1, 2, and they're fairly young ones. Here's a very young one right here. This plant right there, quite a young one. There's a taller one just up there. That's a little bit older. But as we come over here, they're everywhere in here. Just about everywhere anyway, for Devil's Club anyway. There's one over there, there's a little guy over there, and there's all these little ones. Whoops. All these little ones right down here in front. Right in there. And all new little ones there. But those ones there, that one there in front of you, that one over there, they're older, and they've actually got the berries on top. So it makes them kind of older and more prone to be harvested as well. The berries themselves, they're apparently poisonous, so you don't want to eat the berries. Get rid of them. But it's the inner bark that you want. The inner bark. See, right in front of me here, there's another young one right there, and then a really nice older one right in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab two of these, two good long pieces of the older ones, and we're going to take them back, because I need quite a bit to have on hand to make tea and have tea on a regular basis, because you want to do it over a period of time to get all the health benefits and make it improve your body and your life. So I'm going to grab at least two of them, so I'll have a whole bunch of tea, but I don't want to just chop them all down and take them all, because you know, you want to keep the growth going as well. So let's get on with that. We're going to harvest a couple here and take them back to the camper, and then we'll take them back to the campsite, basically where we're at, and show you how we process them. Okay, so let's get on with that. Ciao for now. So first of all, what you need is some really good thorn-proof gloves, because those things stick good, and like I said, they will infect later, and you'll just have to squeeze all the stuff out. Anyway, so you also need a good sharp knife, and you got to just basically hack down one of the stalks there. You want a stalk about, you know, I don't know, roughly 4 or 5 to 6 feet tall, about. You want to cut it off at a certain level so the plant can continue, because they're just basically roots that are coming out of the ground and going to leaf and flower and all that. And you cut them off and they'll regrow more. So it's a very vibrant plant, and it'll continue to grow. So anyway, let's go grab a couple now. Okay, there. I've got 2 of them, roughly the same length here. I'm going to get rid of these berries. I'm going to throw them into the wilderness so they'll replenish the forest, right, with their nutrients. And most people that I know of, that I've read about, take all these leaves off and they throw them in the forest too to help feed the forest. But I have heard that these leaves are actually edible, and you can make tea or you can put them in salads or something. I have heard that. I'm not 100% sure. So I'm going to take the whole thing with the leaves back with me, study that part of it more, and if it's true, then I'll keep them for tea or food or something. And if not, I can always return it to the forest for forest food. But anyway, so I got these. They're almost as tall as I am. And of course, ouch, even these gloves aren't perfect. But you can see how many thorns and everything are on this stuff. Really spiky and spiny. So I'll take that off there. Take a bit of junk off there. I'm going to take these flowers off. Actually, I can probably do it later on too, and then just bring them back with me. Or not the flowers, the berries, I should say. They're berries, not flowers. They flowered and then they go to berries. So there's that one. Ah, got me right in the ankle. Fell on my ankle. So all those berries I've taken off. There's another one, roughly. This one's just about as tall as I am, or I guess it is as tall as I am. So I got 2 good ones. That'll give me probably plenty of inner bark to make my tea out of it. And so we have to take it home and process these at home. It'll be a lot easier, and I'll show you how it gets processed and what we actually do with it. And this is a really good thing for me because it's something I've been looking at for many years, just never got around to it for whatever reason. And now I've got the opportunity to really get deep into this one, and really find out what it's all about and everything. So this is a great thing, I think. So we got those 2. I'm just going to carry them back to the camper, throw them in the camper. We'll take them back to Whiskey Creek there where we're hanging out for now, and we'll just show you how you process this and what you do with it. Okay? Oh man, it's actually hot out here. Wow. Okay, so let's get on with that. We'll talk to you real soon. Okay, ciao for now. Okay, we got these two down in here on the ground. Let's just grab those now and try not to poke my hands too much. Gotta get a balance going here. There we go. Let's get these out of here. Okay, girls, let's go. Let's go. I'm gonna go throw these in the camper and pack them back to our spot and get the bark and start making tea. Okay, I was going to put these suckers in the camper, but I don't think that's a wise idea because it's going to drop the spines all in there and it could get my feet or dog's feet. So I'm going to put them in the back of the canopy here in the truck, and I think that's going to end up being the safest place. So I'm going to put them down and get my other glove on and everything. Ciao. I got a lot of stuff in here. Too much stuff sometimes. Get those over there. Get over there. That'll be a much safer place for them in there. Yeah, I got a few spikes right through my gloves. So basically, once I get my gloves off, good thing to do is wash your hands, get them really nice and clean and keep them soft. And, just watch where they've gone into your hand. And they'll start to probably infect a little. And then you just kind of squeeze them, a little pus comes out. Squeeze them and you pop the little thorns out. It's not that bad. I've done it lots in my life, but the gloves sure make a huge difference. Anyway, I got to collect the girls and get on with this. So talk to you soon. Ciao for now. So there we go. We're taking all the leaf off the Devil's Club. I'm saving it for later. I'm going to double check and see whether it can be used for tea or salad or anything. I haven't fully checked that out yet, but I want to get on with the most important part of this. And now this is the Devil's Club, and look at how spiny it is. All these little spikes all over it. And of course they call it Devil's Club because that's something like the devil would walk around as a walking stick, right? It's called Devil's Club or Devil's Walking Stick. And of course that's something they would the devil would walk along, or something the devil would like to hit you with all the spines on it and the spikes, so it can infect you in your skin and stuff. But here's another interesting way to look at it. With the devil's gifts, I would want to say loosely, the devil's gifts are very easy to find and get at. In fact, they're put right in front of your face to tempt you, right? Whereas God's gifts are usually very hard to acquire. They take a lot of work, and they can be buried deep inside something or somewhere. And so in order to get at God's gifts, it takes you a lot of work and effort. And a lot of God's gifts are going to be protected with some armor or even some weaponry of sort. And the fact that Devil's Club here is actually a very, very good medicine and kind of a gift from God. Maybe it's covered in spines because it is a gift of God and you got to work hard at getting it out of there. I don't know. Just a thought I had a while back. But anyway, that's done there. I'm going to put one of these over on the side here. Get it out of the way for a minute. Hopefully you like that analogy. Anyway, so this is what I've learned so far. That what you need to do is you take a dull butter knife, and to get the outer skin off and all the spines and spikes and thorns, is you take the back of the butter knife and you just scrape it like this. scrape it like that straight over, and just keep doing that until all this brown stuff is off. Like that. You just keep doing that over and over again. And they get all that off there, and using the back of the knife. Now, someone I was watching out there in their channel, they said, yeah, you can rub it back and forth like this to scrape it off back and forth, like you do with a lot of things. But what happens when you're doing this, when you pull back on these there, what you're doing is you're pulling off a whole bunch of those little spiky thorns, and they're flying right at you into your face and your body and that. So the way to do it is just to go away from yourself continuously and get all that brown outer skin off, so you've got the nice fresh green inside skin. So I'm going to work at that, get these both cleaned up really well, and we'll come right back to you, okay? Ciao for now. So here we go. What you do first, the best thing, is you scrape off a handle here so you can take your gloves off and just grab it with your bare hand and not get spined in that. So that's what I did with both of these. I got the handle ready, and then I take the dull side of a dull butter knife, sorry, and you just scrape all the brown skin, the bark, away from all the nice green bark underneath, and that's where the medicine is. The medicine is also inside the stalk itself, to some degree in that, and you can actually cook down the stalk too and extract more medicine if you wish to. But a lot of people, especially First Nations, they take the stalk and cut it into pieces, little pieces like that, and they make beads out of it. And they're great beads. You can hang them around your neck, and a lot of times they hang them outside their door on their cabin or house or whatever, and it helps to ward off evil spirits, and protect you in lots of ways, and protect your health, and bring good fortune and stuff like that. There's a long history of knowledge behind the Devil's Club or Devil's Walking Stick. So here we're just scraping this off with the rest of this one off with the dull butter knife. Oops, I'm scraping too much green off. Not good, not good. There we go. Okay, so the one trick I learned from someone at First Nations was basically what you do is you take the sharp side of a dull butter knife. It's kind of an oxymoron, but you run it all the way down the stalk on one side, slicing into it right into the stalk and through the bark. And what I watched on YouTube was it's easier to peel that way. Now, lots and lots of people generally prefer to do this in the springtime because apparently it's easier to peel this green bark off. Anyway, I've cut that through quite a bit. And now, if I can find where I've sliced it, wow, it seems to heal up pretty good. Anyway, you're supposed to be able to peel this back and peel all the bark off. Well, it looks like I might get it off in little bits and pieces because it doesn't want to work. Maybe a wrong time of year or something. But, okay, there's where I sliced it. Okay, that's going to slice all the way down. So basically I'm going to just liberate it from the stalk itself as much as I can, and then just try and peel this off in larger chunks as I can. See, that's starting to work a bit better now. There, I'm getting much more of a peel off there. See that? And so I'm going to just take that all back and bring it all the way down and take it all off the stalk itself. See the beautiful white inside? That's very useful. You can actually cook the stalk down as well and extract even more medicine out of it into an oil or something for a salve or whatever. There's so many things you can do with this stuff, but the main thing right now is I'm going to peel all this off. See how that's peeling wonderfully like that? I'm just going to slowly peel it. The person I watched, they did a really great job. They just kind of ripped it back and ripped it off like it was nothing. It's a little trickier than that, but there you go. There's some bark. Now we're just going to go around and do the same thing all around this one and the other one and get all the bark off here, the inner green bark that we can get off here, and in as big a chunks as we can. There, see, it's coming a lot better now there. So we'll get all that together and see how much of a pile of this bark we can get, all right? So we'll talk to you real soon, okay? Ciao for now. Wow. One fell swoop. Wow, that was a good one. That was a good one. Now, another thing I forgot to mention here is this stuff. Devil's Club has this amazing, amazing aroma. It just smells, I don't know, it smells medicinal, it smells healthy, it smells delicious. It just smells wonderful. I don't know. Anyone that's done this before has always mentioned what a wonderful smell this stuff has. It's very, very fantastic. And it's all through the the stalk as well. So isn't that a beautiful, nice white colored stalk? They don't brown very easily either. They stay pretty white most of the time. So not sure what I'm going to do with these. I think I'll probably do what is traditional and chop it up into pieces, make beads or something out of it, ornaments, decorations, something to hang over the door. I'm not sure. I might even go and find someone that's really interested in this stuff, and maybe I'll give this to them, or trade them for something else. And you know, because I know a lot of people will be definitely interested in this stuff. So we'll see what we do about that. I'm not sure, but we got the leaf there. I'm going to study that more, find out if I can use it for tea, whatever. If not, I'll just dispose of it back in the forest where it came from. So, you know, it creates the circle of life again. We'll see. But this is fantastic, eh? This is great. Just beautiful, beautiful bark. There's a lot here. This is going to make tea for a very long time, because you want to actually do anything you do in a medicinal way or fashion, you want to do it for at least 3 months or more. That way you get it going through your body and it's actually going to work and actually do its job. But you can't just do it off and on, like one day here, one day there. It's not going to do you much good that way. But this stuff is supposed to be a really amazing medicine for you, and I can't wait to try it out myself. So I got to go get one more piece of equipment, and we'll be right back. Ciao for now. We cut it up into little pieces Just little pieces, manageable pieces that you can like this, you know, just bits and pieces like that you can throw into your magic bullet or your blender or something to grind it up, either lightly or grind it right down into a powder. And one of the best ways to do your tea is to actually grind it down into a powder so it's more potent, and add the hot water and then mix it up real well. And that's apparently the best way. Now you can do so many things with this. You can chop it up just like I'm doing here, chop it up in these pieces like this, and you can leave it like that. You can put it into olive oil, hot olive oil, and cook it into the hot olive oil for a period of time, and turn it into a nice oil salve for topical use for your skin and everything. It's great for your skin, for your face, and it's great for a pain relief. Like if you got shoulder pain or anything, rub that in. You can even, instead of just making the olive oil, you can use make your own salve. Like what do they use for that? I can't remember now. But you can use turn it into a salve rather than just the oil, and use it either way. There's so many things you can do with it, and then use it on your body or in your body. And right now I'm just going to I'm ripping them, because that's quite a thick one. That's a really big long one. I'm just ripping them down so they make better, more uniform pieces, I guess. So that's what the things you can do with it, and that's what I'm going to do with it here. So I'm just going to sit here and chop it all up, and I'm using the paper bag because I want it to dry out. I don't want it in a plastic bag or something like that where it retains its moisture and then turns moldy and then pretty much ends up useless. But so I'm just going to chop all this into the paper bag and then let it dry out, and then it'll go into the magic bullet and get ground up into powder and make my tea. And I want to try a program of having tea at least 2 or 3 times a day, over a period of time of at least 3 months, and just see how the effects are on my inner body and everything like that. And it has a, with the salve and the oil and you rub on your outside of your body, it has a pain relieving quality to it. And apparently it also has this pain relieving quality when you drink the tea as well, and you drink it over time, and it keeps you pain free for a lot of different ailments, especially like arthritis and, you know, all that kind of stuff. Just overall general body pain of every kind, you know, your shoulders and stuff. I have one shoulder, I had a double rotator cuff surgery. That was painful, and just tearing the rotator cuffs was painful, but the surgery afterwards and everything, it left me in quite a bit of pain for a while. Apparently this can help with that sort of thing. So I'm going to try this out. It's just one thing that on my foraging list that I've been looking at for almost 50 years, I guess, and I just now, for some reason, getting around to it now to look into it. There's so many things out there. It's practically impossible for one person to know everything about everything, if you know what I mean. So we're going to finish chopping this all up, and I'll show you how much we got here. And this should be quite a bit of tea to last, probably at least 6 months, I'm assuming. But then, you know, if I need any more, I just go out and get some more fresh stuff before I run out. And then I'll constantly always have a good amount of this on hand for tea. But this actually is really easy to work with. The hardest part is getting rid of those spines there, those spikes, the thorns. But actually, you know, if you wear your gloves at first, you know, it's no big deal. I didn't poke myself once, so I must have done something right. All right, we're just about at the end here, so there we go. Wow. There we are. There we go. Oh, that was hard on my hand. So here we go. We got quite a pile of Devil's Club bark, inner bark Here, that's quite a lot of it. Quite a lot. So I'm going to let that dry out very well, and then I'll grind it all up and do my tea thing. And I'm going to check into those leaves again. I'm going to put those in another paper bag and leave them there for possibly making more tea. They're kind of dried out a little from chopping them down and everything. So I think I heard you could use them in salad too, but I'm assuming you need them fresh, or they're much better fresher to do that. So these ones will make tea if that's what it works for. And one day I will probably try the fresh ones for salad if that's possible. We'll check it out. So there we go. I hope you've enjoyed that. It's basically my first shot at doing the Devil's Club. There we go. My first shot at doing the Devil's Club. So it's a new experience for me, and I've watched tons and tons of videos from so many different people, especially First Nations people, because they've been handing down the tradition for generations and generations, probably thousands of years, who knows. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and stay with me, and we'll show you how the tea works out over time, okay? Ciao for now. Here comes the rain again, falling on my head like I knew tomorrow. Actually, I'm inside, so it's not falling on my head. But boy, is it a welcome relief to this heat wave. Yep. So that's cool. Yeah. Anyway, we gotta take off, go grab a few things, and then just go from there, I guess. All right. Ciao for now.